I've brought with me the Garmin Fenix 6X. I will show you more of that, you know, during this camp. I will just very briefly bring in the phone here. So you can see the height is 528 meters, so the watch is within 10 meters accurate. And when I show you the route on the watch, you'll notice a little bit of diggly pokering about like that. That's me waving my finger, not doing anything else. And I should have remembered, and I did forget, and I wasn't looking at the watch or phone or map or anything, and I should really remember that when I get to this Tory thing here, it is straight across to Bleak House. But I just had it at the back of my mind that it was down this way, and this is probably why I even got it a bit wrong on the route as well. Even though you can see the mark on there of where actually Bleak House is. To get the route back again, or to get the track back again, I press this button on the top right here, and that actually puts me back to where I am. Now you can see what I was talking about when I said I did a lot of jiggery pokery trying to find Bleak House, because so what I'm going to do is I actually paused it, so I'm going to resume it just so you can see it. So that's the route resumed. So we're not actually going to be walking. I'll maybe try and do a walking bit later on. And this 66 meters here is how much off course I am. We can do a long press on the middle left button, and we can pan and zoom the route, and then you select it with the top right. Then you use the left middle for up and the left bottom for down, and then you can zoom in and out of your route. So that's where I started at Arms Tor, and then I went over to Great Links Tor over here somewhere, and then again somewhere my route planning was a bit off over here, because there isn't that dog leg, so I don't really know why I put that in on the route, because that's not there either. And then this is those little Tor things down here, which you actually walk straight to, and then Bleak House is pretty much where this point is here. Now on this map, of course, Bleak House is not going to be marked. And then we can also, if we press the top right button, this one up here, then we can move the map up and down. But this is the back button, and you can use the back button when you are inside a function. And then if we press and hold here again, we've got around me save location, which of course would be quite useful if you needed to save exactly where you are. Stop course, that's what we're on, but we're going to keep going. Navigation settings, I'll maybe go through some of these another time, but let's just have a quick look at navigation settings while we're here. So data screens, so that tells you map, guide, elevation plot, screen 1, screen 2, screen 3, screen 4, and then back out again. Track me, so if you want it to track you, then you could press that one, which is actually what I think I did. Power mode, and then back out the route. And then when you're in the route, you can stop the route, but it doesn't actually stop it. So you can resume it, you can save it, you can resume later, you can add a lap, you can obviously do a back to start if you want to go back to where you started from following the same course, recovery heart rate, and discard. And this one, a big bonus over this to the Sunto, when you put a route in with the Sunto, certainly on the Ambit 3, you couldn't remove it, it was on there. Whereas on this, if you want to discard a route, you can, and then you could press that button there to discard it, but clearly we don't want to be doing that. We will be resuming it you know, sometime soon, because I just press the stop button. We don't want to save it because we want to carry on soon. And then again, with this bottom right button here, we will just come back to that point there. And then on the course, we've got a distance of 2.44, so that's what we've done so far. So far we have walked a distance of 2.44 kilometers and 53 minutes. And I did pause it when getting here, so of course it's counting now because I pressed go. That's the heart rate, although of course it can't tell my heart rate because it can't read it because it's on the grass. So that's the heart rate of some burrowing animal, I think. Maybe that's Lassie heading down to Australia. That's the route of where we are and where we want to go, and clearly we're a bit off route, but that's okay because we made a bit of a mistake earlier. But we'll find where we're going. That's the time of day. That's telling us that we're off course, but we're not actually, but we're off course by 0.07 meters, which I guess is 70 meters. And the distance remaining is 3.5 kilometers to where we're going. That's the elevation plot, so we did get up to there, and we're at this point here, so it's kind of like level-ish, and then we're going to go down and then up, just that last little bit. I'm not quite sure what these numbers up here indicate, so again, if anyone knows what these are, you know, that would be interesting to know. 124 and 55. That's the route of the entire, that's the length of the entire route. And obviously that arrow is indicating because it thinks that I need to get back onto route. So estimated time on route 28 minutes. Estimated distance, or distance remaining 3.5 kilometers. And estimated time of arrival just after 3 o'clock. Well, clearly that's going to be after that because we're here talking, we're not moving. I'm not quite sure how accurate that is, given that obviously over this kind of terrain your walking changes, you know, depending on the terrain, but it gives you an idea. This is where we're heading. You can see we're just slightly off course, but not very much. You can see the line is going directly in the right direction. It's just out here, I don't know if many people know Dartmoor, well some will who follow me, but anyone else who's just come here because of the watch tags and you kind of accidentally stumbled across this southern numpty. Yeah, this is Dartmoor here. And as you can see, there's no tracks. Well, there are, but not in this area. You know, it's just rough grass, tussocks, bogs, streams and rivers, and it's just quite rough going around here, particularly this part here. So following a line, you know, a dead straight line is all but impossible out here. But we've done very, very well to get this far. So we're not off course, even though the watch says we're off course. You know, very clearly we're still going in roughly the right direction. I haven't quite figured out this bit here because it says distance 0.82 kilometers, which is obviously 820 meters, and it says ETE, estimated time en route, you know, just under 4 minutes, and it says I'm going to get there at 4:40, and the current time is, you know, nearly 4:37, something like that. You just notice that's why I wear this watch on the right wrist. So yeah, clearly we're not going to get 800 meters across this with no track in 4 minutes. I'm not quite sure how it works that one out. I mean, I've not been walking fast across here. So again, if anyone knows how it's working out that it's 4 minutes to get over there, it's just not possible. Anyway, you know, it gives you a rough idea. It gives you a rough idea. I tend to look at the distance more than the time. And this window here, this shows the name of the course. It shows that I'm 40 meters off course and that I've got 820 meters to go. And you can see that we're near the end of the walk, and we've just got to go down a bit, so that kind of gives a plot of the elevation of the route. So that's a few sort of more basic bits of the, you know, navigating section of it. I haven't put a route in for anything else, just up to here. So we're kind of from here, we'll be deciding where we go, what we're going to do, and how the watch will be used after that.